promenade, you know, looking for a dutiful suitor. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Janisha Renee. If you're new here, welcome, and I hope you choose to stay. So today I'm doing a Bridgerton season 2 review or reaction commentary style video. You guys, this season has had me glued to my seat. It's been out almost 2 weeks now, so hopefully everybody's had a chance to watch it. Just want to let y'all know there will be a little bit of spoilers when I'm talking about how I feel about the season and stuff. But you guys should definitely check out season 2 on Netflix first before watching any reviews. So also today I'm gonna be recreating this Regency era style makeup look that you guys see here today. I hope you guys can see my earrings. Y'all peep my little tiara. I'm definitely giving debutante. But okay, you guys, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and get straight into the video. Hey y'all, okay, so welcome back to my channel. We're just gonna jump right in because I have so much that I want to cover, okay? And I just want to start by saying that this review is reaction, whatever you want to call it, is definitely gonna have some spoilers. So if you haven't already watched Bridgerton season 2, please go watch it before you watch my review or reaction, because I feel like everybody has already. It's been out almost 2 weeks now. So for those of us that don't know, Bridgerton is a Netflix series adaptation of the historical romance novels by the author Julia Quinn. And in season 2, we're following the story of Anthony Bridgerton and his quest to find him like a dutiful debutante to marry this season, right? Because if you guys remember in season 1, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, he was not my favorite. In season 1, I could have cared less for Anthony. It was just, for me, I'm gonna tell y'all what it was for me. For me, it was the hair. He looked like a werewolf. I'm gonna say, like, great choices. They made great choices this season by changing his look, because he was so much more likable this season. I respect him, like, as a man. I love him as the Viscount. Like, he's definitely, like, all for protecting his family, and that's what I like most about Anthony, okay? But season 1, I really could have cared less for him, but I love him in season 2. Like, I'm in love with him in season 2. Have y'all seen this man? Have y'all seen Anthony this season? Like, he looks amazing. Like, his overall, like, stage presence is amazing, okay? I just want to give it up for the actor that plays him, because he's amazing and I'm in love with him. Hold on, let me apply some foundation, because okay, we're back on track. So in season 1, Anthony is considered a rake, a rogue, a hoe, basically, and he is not to be taken seriously. He's made it like a point to let everyone know, his mama know, he's not looking for a leading lady in his life. But we did see him back with that opera singer, you know, but that was really short-lived. You know, it didn't work out. She was like, I'm not gonna play games with you, and she, you know, found her somebody else that was more on her level, right? So this season, you know, it's all about him trying to find a woman in his life so that he can continue his family legacy, blah, 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 right? So we are introduced in this season to new characters, which are the Sharma Sisters, or the Sharma family. And I just want to say, Kate, Edwina, breathtaking. Beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns. They are amazing. This family, the Sharma Sisters, first of all, shout out to the writers or whoever, the casting agents or whoever, who chose these beautiful brown women from South Asia. Like, amazing for them to have Indian women, just brown women, you know, just women of color at all, you know, more leading roles like this. We need it. We need the representation. I love them. I love Kate. Like, she is amazing. She she's a big sister. I'm a big sister. So I can really relate to her character, and she loves her sister, okay? Basically, the conflict this season is about Anthony. He wants to marry the diamond of the season, right? Because he's the Viscount. He wants the best of the best, right? And you know, the queen, even though the queen is just... I don't know what to say about the queen. Like, I just don't know what to say about the queen. I don't know why they trust her judgment so much. I mean, she be doing too much of that for me, okay? But she does. But anyways, they want whoever the queen picks because that's who everybody gonna be fighting over. That's who everybody want, right? So he decides early on that he's just gonna choose the diamond, let it be chosen for him. He's not gonna be on too much. He does have like this strenuous long list of like just unbelievable traits that he wants in a woman or whatever. Not necessarily unbelievable, but like he wants a lot out of the woman that he chooses. But then I think he just decides, you know what, I'm gonna just go with the diamond and let it be done. Luckily for him, the diamond is Edwina, which is one of the Sharma sisters, and she's beautiful. Like, she's everything that is on his list. She's competent, you know what I mean? She's articulate, she's gorgeous, she's nurturing, she's all of those things, right? She's almost perfect, basically. Honestly, she reminds me a lot of Daphne, honestly. Like, she's been groomed for this since day one, right? So she's good and ready to go. But the problem is the sister. Basically, you know, he's supposed to be getting through to the sister or whatever to, you know, to win Miss Edwina over. But really and truly, I mean, Kate, how do I feel about Kate and Anthony? Okay, so they squabble a lot. Like, they butt heads so much, but it reminds me of, like, you know, like when you were younger, and that's how you would know if a guy was interested in you, because, you know, he would just pick fights with you, whatever. And it's the same thing in the 1800s. They butted heads so much and disagreed about so much that they just ended up realizing how alike they were and how much they reflect each other, right? And I just want to say their chemistry, electric. Their chemistry on screen was amazing. I was able to finish this show literally, I think I finished the show in 2 days, because the chemistry was just that amazing. The chemistry was just that, like, I was literally glued to my seat, like, oh my god, literally, I was so tuned in. I was so tuned in to this season. And I do want to mention, I was a little disappointed. Okay, for example, like, I have not read the books. I actually just started reading The Viscount and Me. That's the book that this series is based off of. And no, it's not called that. It's called The Viscount Who Loved Me. Okay, so I just started reading that, and I haven't really got too far into the book yet, but I am noticing, like, I've been looking at other people's you know how they felt about it, and the book readers ain't happy. The book readers are not happy because they said it was so much more that they could have did between this relationship that they didn't do. And obviously, me not have read the books at all, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. They kept, what bothered me was how they kept putting, like, the Featheringtons on screen. Y'all could care less about the Featheringtons. The only Featherington I care about is Penelope, Lady Whistledown herself. That's the only I can't even say their name. That's the only Featherington I care about. I don't care about this crazy mama trying to make her daughter marry her cousin, creating a scandal for what? For what? When he, you know, I just feel like if they would have been patient, they would have been, you know, because if you seen how he ended up, you know, wanting to kind of court the mom in the midst of it all, when she could have just piped down, kept quiet, and seen what he had up his sleeve. But she didn't want to do that, and I get her because she's a mom, you know. But anyways, I do feel like the whole Featherington thing definitely took away from like on-screen moments with Kate and Anthony, you know, because the whole time I'm like, oh, can they just kiss already? Like the tension, they just kept building up the tension. And you know, in season 1, when we got to like our steamy, spicy scenes, it literally took, I want to say, the 4th or the 5th episode for all that to transpire. And I couldn't even be wrong, it could have been earlier than that. But I was just confused. I was just confused as to why we didn't get more. And I guess it was more so, I guess, to make it tasteful, because when you notice the relationship between Kate and her sister Edwina, I have sisters, obviously, and I was really wondering how they were gonna make it, how they were planning to make that, you know, tasteful, because they had such a great relationship. Nothing between them was ever malice, no malice energy or vindictiveness between the sisters. So I'm like, how are they going to make it so that no one is hurt? You know what I mean? And obviously something like that, this whole love triangle thing, somebody was bound to get hurt. So I was just wondering, like, how are they gonna make it? I guess what I'm trying to say is, I guess that's why the steamy scenes took so long for it to be like only one of them, because how could you do that? You couldn't have had Kate sleeping around behind her sister's back, you know what I mean? That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool at all. So I guess I did appreciate the way that it was done. I do think it was as tastefully done as they could have made it, you know, without us looking at Kate like she's a bad person, because I loved her. I loved her energy. I loved how forward she was. I loved how she knew who she was. Like, she was beautiful. And in the little parts that I have read in the actual book, of course she's of a different ethnicity. In the book she's white, and in the book they also describe her as being a plain Jane. And Miss Kate Sharma was none of that. Miss Kate Sharma, look at the material. Let me just show y'all the material. Kate Sharma, no, plain wear. She was absolutely stunning. Okay, so another thing that I noticed about season 2 is how similar the storyline is to season 1. So you guys remember in season 1, Simon was dead set against marriage also, but they ended up telling us exactly why. Just like in season 2, we really got to see, you know, deeper into Anthony's mindset, you know, why he is the way he is, things that led up in his past. I really enjoyed getting to know him better this season. I enjoyed like understanding his mother's depression, you know what I mean, after their husband died, and how he had to basically become a man in like 24 hours, and you know how that has basically kind of just bruised him, and you know made him feel like, you know, love equals pain, love equals defeat, love equals depression. Basically is how he understood everything, and it makes sense as to why he wasn't trying to fall in love. I like that we got to see that. I wish we would have got a little bit more into Kate's backstory, just a little bit, you know, to understand like who she was a little bit more. Overall, I think I'm happy with the way that everything turned out with them. I just wish I could have saw more of them. I just feel like it should have been way more. I don't know, I just feel like they could have did more between those characters. Like, I don't know. I mean, their on-screen chemistry, it was so just amazing, and just it was like a breath of fresh air to see them, the way they interacted, the way that you could tell like how interested in one another that they were. They really played the hell out of those characters, and I appreciate that. So I can't be too upset. But there, you know, there were other things going on in season 2. So we also my favorite, Miss Eloise, she is joining the marriage season this season. And Eloise, Miss Eloise, I feel bad for her because I want her to be that independent woman that she wants to be, and I wasn't hopeful that she was going to find anyone. And I guess technically she didn't, but she did at the same time. You know, y'all seen her with her little corner boy, her little paper boy. I thought their little relationship that was transpiring was so cute and sweet. I can't wait to see how that plays out in the later seasons when it is her time for a season. So also in this season we get more into Lady Whistledown, Miss Penelope, aka, and I just want to say I feel like they shouldn't have like revealed her character so soon. You know what I mean? Just because Miss Penelope is having a tough time, especially I think what really did it was her family's like turmoil, you know, when they were like bashed from society for a minute for you know, after they had their little scandal in season 1, which maybe is why it's so hard for her this season to keep up with Miss Lady Whistledown. Not only that, Eloise being as just sneaky and, you know, nosy as she is, and that's her best friend, she ended up having to, you know, bash her friend just to kind of like try to protect her, and you know, that put like a really bad taste in Eloise's mouth. So, and they didn't, I don't even think that they addressed that. I think that was like the end of the season when that happens, when they kind of fell out. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out later on, because like, how are you supposed to feel if your friend's been keeping this huge, it's like Hannah Montana, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I love Penelope, I love her, and from season 1 never expected Lady Whistledown to be Penelope. For whatever reason, I always thought it was going to be Lady Danbury. I always thought that. I did not expect Penelope at all. But, I mean, it makes sense. She is a wallflower, so. But, yeah, on the wedding day, when Kate and Anthony, what happened? She dropped her bracelet. When she dropped her bracelet, and they like, you know, made eye contact, and you know that chemistry they got is undeniable. And this was Edwina's first time like seeing it for herself, which I was like, child, you just, because I couldn't even feel bad for her in that moment. I guess because it was her wedding, it was like, dang. But I mean, it's been going on this whole time and you ain't noticed nothing. Ain't noticed nothing. Even made the mistake of asking Anthony to court Kate also, so that she could approve, which was horrible. She was sending them off together by themselves and all that. Y'all, I mean, I'm saying, y'all, Edwina, what was you thinking? What was you thinking? You was just giving your man away. Just giving him away. But you know, your mama, she always know what's up. The moms, Anthony's mom, she was always on game. She always knew what was going on. And Lady Danbury, she saw it from the get-go. And I loved like how discreet she was. I also loved in the season overall how they say a bunch of things without ever saying anything. Lady Danbury let Kate know how she felt and was telling her from the jump to go ahead and tell her sister. You know what I mean? Be honest, be honest. But she never was like in her business or anything like that. She was in her business, but she wasn't in her business. She was being respectful. And I just feel like in today's time, we don't have enough of that at all. Other scenes that I liked when Anthony bought Kate the little pony. I thought that was sweet. I really liked the courtship between him and, I said Kate, when, what's his name? Anthony bought Edwina the pony. I really liked the courtship this season, is what I was trying to say, between him and Edwina, just because he was trying his best to win her over. It was so sweet. I want that. Like, I want that for myself. Like, I want to be courted like it's the 1800s, okay? Like, these men in this day and age, courting is, I want you to be my baby mama. No, I don't want that. Like, I want the whole nine. Court me like I am the Duchess. Like, I am the Viscountess. Like, your future Viscountess, okay? A queen, you know? And I guess that's why everybody loves the Bridgerton, just the Bridgerton series or whatever. Just because we don't get to see this type of romance these days as often. You know, it's just very different. Modern times are bleh. Another thing that happened this season, we got to see a little bit more of Colin Bridgerton. I don't really know how I feel about Colin. I wish he would peep Penelope. That's all. Like, I wish he would have just acknowledged her, you know, because poor little thing, she's putting her little heart out there for him and, you know, throwing little hints, and he's still not getting it. He even went as far as to go see Miss Thompson again, and she's done with that. She never really liked him, to be honest. She was just trying to get in where she fit in and make sure that her future was secure. She never, I don't think she ever really just had romantic feelings for Colin, really, you know. And she let him know. She let him know when he came to see her, like, I'm good where I'm at. I don't believe in fairy tales. I'm not on what you're on. I'm okay. This is my family. This is where I'm staying. I'm okay, like, with what I got going on. Because Colin was trying to do that whole, are you really happy here? You know, he's trying to make sure, you know, trying to just creep, see if it's a little crack in the foundation. He can weasel his way in there, and she's just like, no, you're better off focusing on your girl, Penelope. And he still didn't understand. He still did not understand. I will say he's a stand-up guy, obviously. I think all of the Bridgertons are, honestly. Just stand-up, amazing, like, good-natured people, good humans. He definitely tried to protect Penelope from, well, Penelope's family, her whole family, from their cousin, who, that whole storyline was weird. And I wonder if that's included in the books, because that whole thing was just, what was the point of this? I never really understood where they were going with the whole Featherington situation. But anyways, he definitely was trying to just keep her safe and keep her, you know, from, they done already suffered so much with their own dad. He was just trying to make sure that didn't happen again. And I do commend him for that. But for him talking about her behind her back, yeah, that's what I said. I don't know how I feel about Colin, because I love Penelope, and, like, I don't know if he's aware that he leads her on, you know, to think that there could be something more. I'm not sure if he's aware. But I guess we'll get to see that next season, because I believe next season is about, Colin and Penelope, if I'm not mistaken. And that's probably why they put more scenes with them in this season, so it could lead up to that. I don't know, I guess we'll see. So another scene that I really liked when the Queen stood up for Edwina, because I don't expect much from the Queen. She's not really a favorite character of mine. I really don't care for her at all. But I really enjoyed when they were talking about Edwina, because, you know, they was trying to cover up that scandal real quick, and they were doing a good job at it, but people just weren't convinced. It's crazy how at that time in society, any little thing that was going on with you, you were basically shunned from the castle. Like, nobody messed with you, okay? Any rumor that made you look less than perfect, nobody was fooling with you. And I liked how the Queen stood up for her in that moment. She let them know, like, you know, she approves, or I don't even remember what the Queen said, but she stood up for Edwina when people were talking about her and basically shut down the scandal pretty much. And that's crazy how one person was able to clear the air and let it be known, like, mind y'all's business and talk about something else, you know? And also the Queen even gave us, like, maybe like a little sneak peek of what's to come next season, because I hate how Bridgerton, I understand that the books are about different siblings, so we're going to talk about something different each time. I hate how we don't get to see much of the other characters, like our favorites like Simon and Daphne, as much. So when the Queen told Edwina that she has a nephew for her, I was like, okay, so we might get to see, hopefully, because she deserves a love story. Edwina is an amazing character. She deserves her happy ending, so it will be great to see her with the prince. And also, as you guys seen in the first season, the prince was a pretty stand-up guy. Like, he was so sweet, and he would be great for Edwina. Like, the prince and Edwina would be absolutely perfect for Edwina's character, you know, because the Viscount just was never gonna give her what she wanted anyway. So I think that wraps up my favorite scenes, and I think I'm almost done with my makeup. I need to set my face. I'm gonna put some lashes on and come back with my final look for you guys, and then I'm gonna wrap up and tell you guys like my overall feelings on this season 2 of Bridgerton. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. This is my final look. I got my little gloves. I really hope you guys like my Bridgerton inspired makeup look. I feel like I'm about to go promenade, you know, Lady Bradley. So I guess overall, all I wanted to say was that I really enjoyed the season. Honestly, I cannot wait for season 3. In the meantime, I'm gonna definitely be reading the book, The Viscount Who Loved Me, and catching up on that. I just want to shout out production for Bridgerton, the series, Shondaland, the casting agents, the intimacy coaches. They did their thing. They did their thing. I think that's why we love the Bridgerton series so much, because you don't expect anything less than the best with this series. Like, the production is immaculate. The time they take to put into the series, the gowns, I think people are upset that it's not so historically accurate, but I could care less, honestly. I'm here for a good story, and it's amazing. Like, everything is beautiful. The music selection is definitely a modern take on the Regency era, and I love it. I love it so much. I'm obsessed, as you can see. Yeah, so that's my final thoughts. Bridgerton season 2 is definitely worth the watch. Definitely gave me almost everything that I wanted from it. Like I said, I would have preferred more steamy scenes, but other than that, the chemistry, like I said, was enough for me. I loved it. I loved it so much that I literally watched it in 2 days. Like, it was amazing. I do hope to do more videos like this in the future, and if you guys stayed to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for supporting me and my channel. I want to give you guys a thank you, and please do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye bye.